Boxing Talk 100, this your boy K Smooth coming to you with another video. Today is Thursday, January 11th. And man, let's get right into it, man. We at work with it. And I want to talk about, Teofimo Lopez. I'm just in belief, disbelief, man. I just feel like this, asking Teofimo Lopez. What makes you think you can go after a fighter like Terrence Crawford, but you got another fighter like Devin Haney that you running from that you don't even want to fight, but you feel like you can call out a two-weight, world, champion, somebody like, Terrence Crawford. I just don't understand that. What is it that you see in Terrence Crawford that you feel like you can beat, but not in Devin Haney? That's just my only question for Teofimo. And a lot of people got to understand, Teofimo, he got a fight coming up with Jermaine Ortiz, for that WBO championship. He will be giving Jermaine Ortiz a title defense shot, at 140. Considering Devin Haney, is the WBC title champion, was supposed to fight Ron Garcia, but Ron Garcia bitched out of the fight, and I knew that was going to happen. Either, Ron Garcia getting his ass beat, TKO, stoppage, or knockout. I feel in my heart that, Ron wasn't ready for that fight anyways. So now I'm hearing that Devin Haney could be, defending his WBC champion against Saunders Martin. Eventually that will be taking place, or, we'll see what happens, I've told people, and if you are new, to the channel, make sure you subscribe, to your boy, and just hear your boy out, Teofimo been chasing, Devin Haney been chasing Teofimo for a long time. Ever since 135, we already know that, with Devin Haney and Teofimo. When Teofimo got his ass whooped, he couldn't hold on to the belts at 135 because that's when Kambosos whooped, Teofimo, and Teofimo was, sooner or later go ahead and, move up to, 140. From suffering that loss against Kambosos, that's what made him go up to 140, while Devin Haney was still at, 135 on the rise, and, eventually became undisputed, and winning all the belts and moving up to 140. So what can we expect from Teofimo? Is you gonna stay at 140? Whenever you beat Jermaine Ortiz, what are you gonna do? Is you gonna stay at 140, or is you gonna move up to 147 right away to try to go fight somebody like Terrence Crawford? Just me, speaking, I feel like you're not even ready for a guy like Bud, a two-time champion, being able to unify at 140 and 147, and you calling out a guy like that, another, undefeated fighter. Theo not undefeated, so I just want to make sure we get that out the way. Undefeated fighters such as, Terrence Crawford, and Teofimo decides to call him out. It just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't think that you're ready for a guy like Bud, Yes, I respect the call out, but I think it's just a little bit too ahead of your time, Teofimo, because you stated you're not black. Yeah, you is right about that, Teofimo. So stop trying to act like you is, 100%, because we know you ain't ready for Bud. You got to be able to fight Haney, if anything. So I just feel like, y'all just making Haney better and better than what he, is, that y'all see him as. Whether that's Teofimo or Bud, not saying that, Devin Haney trying to step up to Bud, but I don't feel like Devin Haney's scared of anybody. And plus, I just feel like 147 is going to be that starting for, for anybody from here on out, such as, Bud has the stardom already, but I'm just saying, what if Theo and, Haney moves up to 147 after, they get their fights, at 140. When Theo handle business, he's gonna automatically want to move up to 147. I can see it. I don't see him staying in that division because it's 140. It's too many motherfuckers at 140, and yeah, you got something to lose definitely at 140, man. With all the names such as Gary Antoine Russell, you got Jose Ramirez, you got Josh Taylor, you got Devin Haney, you got Teofimo, you got Rowley, you got is it Richardson or Hutchinson, the guy that's over there, that want to fight, the Tanks and the Theos and all of them. You got a lot of fighters. You still got Regis in there. You got a lot of fighters at 140, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like, Teofimo, he knows he has a lot to lose. He don't care about, being able to have the legacy and fighting for it. Yes, he's in it because he beat Josh Taylor and took Josh Taylor's belt. A good position, but like I said, it's just something about Devin Haney that he don't want that loss to be against him. That's why I can't understand why he go the route with Bud. Theo, he sees something in Bud that he can beat. I'm not mad at that, but I just still feel like you can't fuck with Bud at all. That's just my opinion. Bud is dangerous. Stay away from that man. If you go there, you're going to get knocked out. Teofimo. And it ain't going to be so surprise to me if you try to move up to 147 to fight Bud and Bud goes on to beat you. I'm already going to see it. I already know this. There ain't nothing you can tell me about you possibly going to try to go beat Bud, Teofimo. You need to make that fight with Devin Haney. Stop being a little bitch and running like how you are. From 135 to 140 to 147, all he has done was try to make that fight with Teofimo at 135 to 140, and now you talking about moving up to 147 to fight Bud. That's gonna be the reason why Devin gonna do it. He's gonna beat the shit out of Saunders Morton at 147. At 140. He's gonna give a title defense matchup to Saunders Morton at 140. Ain't gonna have nothing else to prove at 140 because you've been a champion, WBC title champion. I don't think Devin cares to be able to unify or fight for undisputed at 147. Because like I said, he's chasing Teofimo. And if anybody, he don't care about it. Devin already rich and he's already, made history by, being undisputed at 135 and then accomplished being a champion at 140. Two different weight classes. So that's making history right now. Now to be able to unify and be able to be undisputed, if Devin decides to stay in there because of, not wanting to chase Teofimo, but he is, it would be different. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like Devin wants to be able to stay at 140 anyway. He's going to fight one more time and move up to 147. That's why I said this is the time, man. 147 finna get ready to be off the chain. We about to see Devin Haney. We about to see Teofimo. We about to see Crawford already there. Spencer's already there. 147 is finna be special for the years to come. You know what I'm saying? From here on out with these boxers. Boxing Talk 100. It's only getting interesting. But yeah, I feel like with Bud and Errol Spence, that fight, that rematch should be, it's just based on Spence, man, on what he want to do. And y'all already know with the eye complications and what he's going through and all that bullshit, a major setback, and it's gonna be up to Spence, being able to get your health in order and being able to get back on track, if you want to be able to make the fight with Crawford. Because that's going to leave Crawford at a standstill. What Crawford going to do? You still basically the man at 147 when it's all said and done. Even though the Boxing Association took one of your belts. You still got 3 of the 4 belts, Boots having one of the belts. So, is that fight to be made, Crawford and Boots, if you don't have that fight with, Spence, in the near future. If that's next for Crawford. What are you going to do? Are you going to make that fight with, Boots for undisputed at 147? Or is you going to entertain Theo's bullshit, going back and forth with him on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you want to call it? Are you going to entertain that fight when he gets done with Ortiz? Or is Bud going to tell your little ass you need to go ahead and fight Devin Haney and stop running? Let's be truthful and call it for what it is. You know, but like I said, Teofimo, I'm not smart. I'm not mad at it at all of what you're trying to do. I'm just saying you can't fuck with Bud. You can't beat Bud on any type of level. As a man, I respect that because you want to be able to try to change history and try to be able to do something that most boxers can't do and try to get in there with a guy like Bud making history. And if you feel like you can beat Bud, hey, that's cool. Kudos to you. But in others, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I don't feel like nobody beating Bud right now. Not right now. And I don't even think Teofimo can beat Devin Haney. And it's just proof in the pudding from 135 to 140, and now you're trying to move up to 147. The same thing Devin trying to do. While all y'all saying that Devin is running and ducking Teofimo, it seemed like he chasing Theo to me. Out of all the boxers, that's who Devin Haney wants the most. Teofimo Lopez. Wants to knock him off. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just up to Teofimo. Teofimo gonna tell y'all everything. You know that he's number one and Devin's number two and all that shit. Terrence Crawford, you know, why didn't he get fired? You know, Theo in his bag right now. He fooling the people, but I'm telling you, Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford, them is two fighters that I know that you can't beat. 100%. Teofimo. So, you know, don't let, you know, Theo fool y'all, you know what I'm saying? Yes, he's in a great damn position. Yes, Teofimo is in a damn great position at 140 holding that WBO belt. Being able to defend against, Jermaine Ortiz, you know, him as well, being able to, accomplish being undisputed at 135, and he eventually getting his ass beat. He got his belt snatched, and then he had to eventually go to 140 to be able to prove himself by being able to beat Josh Taylor, and not only beating Josh Taylor, but taking the WBO title from Josh Taylor, making him be, a champion in 2 world class divisions, you know. And making him a champion in 2 weight class divisions. So, you know, you got to be able to respect the guy for that as well, too. I'm not just going to fully put Teofimo under the bus like that, but the route that he's going, calling out Bud and shit, that is not the right route. I respect it, but everybody know that's just a crash dummy move. You know what I'm saying? That's just a crash dummy move and just a bag. You know, you rather get your ass beat by Bud, you know what I'm saying, because Bud is the best in the world, but then you don't want to take that fight with, Devin Haney. I get it. I understand. I understand, Teofimo. I understand, baby. You can't trick me, because I understand. I know what you all about. Boxing Talk 100. But yeah, man, this is just what I've seen, in Teofimo, you know what I'm saying? This is what I've watched over the last few years, you know what I'm saying? And, everybody's in it, it's not bad, even though Teofimo has a suffering loss. I mean, it's not bad, he back on top still. Like I said before, if he wouldn't have beat Josh Taylor would be the man right now, holding the WBO title at 140. You know what I'm saying? And, that's just what it is. He would be one of the belt holders instead of Teofimo. So we got Devin Haney as a belt holder, Teofimo as a belt holder. We got Matias as a belt holder, and Rolly Romero as a belt holder. So right now, with the names that I just called right now, this is the time to make undisputed and be unified champion at 140. A lot of these guys, like, that don't have their chances, like, Josh Ramirez and even the newcomers, like, Gary Antoine Russell. These guys ain't gonna get a chance at undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be able to, yeah, man, when the opportunity is on the table, man, you got to go after it, just like how Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Regis. Even though Regis had the belt and he gave Devin Haney a title defense matchup, it's all meant, man. God don't make mistakes, and it was just a position that Devin Haney, that, he beat a lot of people too, being in that position. So, You know, he's not, you know, like I said, a couple of more fights at, 140, Devin going to be out of there and automatically on to 147. So, Tom is now and is running fast, man. He already got the WBC title belt, so it just depends on Theo, being able to be undisputed. When are we going to be able to see unified undisputed matchup? Whether we trying to see it at 140, obviously, but Theo, like I said, with building the fights up and him running and calling out these other fighters is going to be kind of complicated, to see what's going to happen. We don't even see what Matias is going to do. We don't know what Devin Haney's going to do now that he don't have the fight with Ryan. But like I said before, I'm hearing it's going to be Saunders Martin. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. That would be an easy win for Devin Haney, whether, after that fight he beat Saunders Martin and still, you know what I'm saying? Whether he stays at 140 to try to become undisputed, that's the ultimate goal, to be able to be undisputed at 140. Accomplishing 135 and to be able to do it at 140, that's what Devin's own legacy. You know what I'm saying? Being able to fight for undisputed. And Theo, he told you, like he said, he telling y'all he's number one, having the lineal belt. Devin would need to go through him to be able to make, the unified undisputed fight at 140. But how can we be able to do that, Teofimo, when you talking about fighting Bud? Come on now. How can we be able to make the fight? How can Devin Haney be able to make the fight with you when all you're doing is calling out Bud, trying to move up to 140? So Devin Haney, that's what he gonna do. Sooner or later, Teofimo, you can't run. You gonna be shit out of luck of running. You ain't gonna be able to run too far. Whether you decide to stay at 140 after you beat Jermaine Ortiz, or you go on to make a fight with Terrence Crawford and you get your ass beat, he gonna send your ass into retirement, because that's just what I see. If Theo was to go on and make that fight with Bud right now, after he fights Jermaine Ortiz at 147, Bud gonna beat his ass, and then guess what? Teofimo is gonna retire and say that he fought the best boxer, which is Terrence Bud Crawford. I could just see it coming. Instead of fighting Devin Haney, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna avoid Devin Haney and fight Terrence Crawford, and then retire off of that. So I'm just letting y'all know, Boxing Talk 100, what's in the near future and what's gonna happen. I could just see it. That's just what I see from Theo. Y'all gonna talk all that shit, just like Bill said. We offering y'all $20 million to be able to fight right now. You know what I'm saying? WBO belt versus WBC, the title belt at 140 can happen right now. Or we can get the WBC title belt versus the IBF with Matias, Devin Haney versus Matias. Or we can get the WBC title belt versus the WBA belt, which is Rolly Romero. Devin Haney versus Rolly Romero. But nobody wants to fight Devin Haney. This is what I'm telling y'all. Boxing Talk 100 at 140. He is the one to be avoided from. I'm telling you. Stay away from Devin Haney at 140, and they all know that shit. Boxing Talk 100, man. Devin Haney ain't fighting Shakir. He ain't fighting Tank no time soon. Devin is too big for 135. Tank ain't even, he can barely make 135. Come on now. Tank is under 135. We're talking about from 135 to 134 to 133 to 132 to 131 to 130. From 130 to 135, that's where Gervonta Tank Davis feels most comfortable at. Along with Shakur Stevenson, the same way. They both got the same build. You know what I'm saying? Being at 130 to 135. They're not ready for 140. Can they beat certain fighters at 140? Yes, they can. Rolly was once upon a time at 135. He's at 140 now. Gervonta beat, Rolly a long time ago. So just to be able to compete on the level of 140, yes, Gervonta and Shakir can beat certain guys at 140. But we are talking about legacy to be able to compete for belts. We are talking about legacy to be able to compete for belts and championships. Tank is not ready. In order for Tank to be able to get in that run, to be able to run for the belts and legacy, he would have to be, step in with at 135. Cambosos and Lomachenko got a fight at 135. The winner will most likely fight Shakir. So Tank is gonna have to pretty much wait and get in there to be able to wait and see what fighters lose. Whether it's against Cambosos versus Lomachenko at 135. That's where Tank gonna start at instead of fighting Devin moving to 140. He's too small. Devin, they try to talk about the weight clause and all that shit with Gervonta. It would be an advantage for Gervonta to be able to call Devin Haney back at 135 to be able to make that fight. But y'all know that Devin Haney is too big. It would be weight draining. You know what I'm saying? Devin can't make 135 anymore. Tank would have to take his fat ass, lose some weight, and be able to make 140 to be able to get into the legacy mode fighting for championships. Why can't y'all understand that? Boxing Talk 100. I'm trying to tell y'all what's up with Tank. And that's just what I see, man, with Gervonta and Shakir. They would be able to make a fight first at 135. You got 4 guys that would be able to compete at 135. You got Lomachenko, you got Cambosos, you got Shakir Stevenson, and you got Tank. That's what it's going to come down to for Undisputed at 135 before Tank, because Tank ain't even matured yet to be able to be at 140. He's still showing the little bitty that frame that he got for 130 to 135. And Devin them, they know that, and they not going to be fooled for Tank to be able to call them back at 135 to be weight drained and all that bullshit. And Haney's a smart man, and that's the reason why I respect the Haney's, because they on some different shit. Tank on some different shit, and the Haney's know that shit, and the Haney's feel like, with Gervonta Tank Davis, they see something in that they can beat him. They don't fear Tank. We all know that, what type of style Tank gonna bring to the table. Quick knockouts and being able to put on a quick show, getting the opponent out of there. Tank is 29 wins with a gang of knockouts, more knockouts than Devin, but Devin has more wins than, Tank having more knockouts. Devin Haney is 31-0 with like 12 to 14 knockouts, and Gervonta is 29-0 with 20-something knockouts. So I would say that Devin Haney definitely has the better resume, but just, with more knockouts, Tank got him beat, on that, you know what I'm saying? And we all know Tank ain't nothing to play around with. I just feel like with Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, this is something that we always gonna hear about, them not being able to fight. The two of the best fighters not being able to step in the ring. Eventually, you know what I'm saying, maybe at 154, but like I said, Devin can't be worried about Tank, you know what I'm saying, because Tank got his own type of rules, you know what I'm saying, and to be met. And Devin Haney, they ain't coping with that, you know what I'm saying, to be able to be weight drained and, and all this shit for Devin Haney to be able to go back down to 135. He's not trying to do that. He can't make the weight. He's too big. 140 is the weight, and eventually he'll be at 147, so it ain't nothing to talk about. Gervonta Tank Davis' speed is more Shakir Stevenson. That's what we got to be able to see. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakir Stevenson at 135. Period. That's who I think is going to come down to for Undisputed at 135, and whoever the winner is going to have to move up to, legacy at 140. It's simple, man. It ain't nothing to think about. It ain't nothing to get everybody confused. It's just like I said, Tank got his own type of rules that the Haney's don't want to apply by. The Haney's got their own type of rules that Gervonta Tank Davis don't want to apply by. So that's the reason why the fight will never be made. The Haney's feel like they, A side. Gervonta Davis, he feels like he's unstoppable. He can do anything he want to do. He's A side. That fight ain't never gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. All we gonna hear about is Tank saying that he can beat Haney. He'll whip his ass in whatever kind of fashion or way that he feel like he can beat him in. Same thing with Devin. They gonna talk shit, go back and forth on Instagram, talking that shit. You know what I'm saying, and this and that, and it's just gonna be words for words for not showing what they can display and being in the ring for real. So it just they just wasting their words just talking shit, and it's understandable because we all talk shit, you know what I'm saying. But when the contracts and being able to negotiate, you know what I'm saying, that's when it tells it all, you know what I'm saying, with the fighters. Boxing Talk 100. But that's just my opinion, man. I've said it once, man. Tank's gonna have to meet Devin's standards. A lot of y'all ain't gonna want to hear that, but it's real. Tank's gonna have to meet Devin's standards, whether it's on Oakland's ground and fighting in his backyard, and Tank get eventually more money. I mean, they both gonna be set up anyways, where Tank get money and Devin get money, or whether however it plays out. Tank would be hollering for 50-50, but you gotta understand, it would be fighting for Devin's belt if Devin was to be able to invite Tank to a belt match for a championship, fighting for the WBC title belt. Can you imagine Tank go and take that fight with Devin Haney, $20 million guaranteed, and you go and take Devin's belt? That's all you had to do was just sign your name on the dotted lines to make the fight. Bill them know that, but you wouldn't have been A side. Devin would have been A side in defending that WBC title belt. That's what we could have been seeing, but Gervonta Tank Davis, he knows. Like I said, once again, he got his own type of rules, and the name that was given to Gervonta Tank Davis, everybody knows he can do whatever he wants. They letting the boy do whatever he want, and whatever decisions that he make, they gonna stand right behind him. Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby, all the big ballers, CEOs, they gonna be behind Tank. They gonna protect Tank, and they know that. Boxing Talk 100. But yeah, man, Devin Haney versus Ron Garcia has been off the table. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, I knew that was gonna happen with Ron Garcia. I knew he was either gonna get his ass beat, whether it was gonna be 12 rounds of just kicking ass, Devin Haney kicking his ass. I knew it was gonna be, whether Devin Haney wins in a unanimous decision, TKO or a TKO, or excuse me, a KO. Either way it goes, it was gonna go in Devin Haney's favor, and him continue to still be, and still WBC champion. You know what I'm saying? Junior lightweight champion at 140. This is my opinion. But yeah, man, Floyd got in Ron's ear, you know what I'm saying, telling him this and that, you ain't ready. And, the boy was listening. You know what I'm saying? He listening, to Floyd. Floyd told him. And y'all already know, with Bill. And, yeah, we could have seen Ron and Haney have the fight. But who was it to say? Did Bill Haney mess that fight up for his son? For Ron to be able to fight, you know what I'm saying, Haney. Did Bill Haney mess that up for his son? Because y'all already know, Bill and the way how he felt about Floyd, saying that, we got a new man. We can't be worried about Floyd and none of that shit what Floyd used to do. All that shit is over with. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit with Bill Haney and how he felt about Floyd Money Mayweather. So, Floyd, he put Ron into his arms. He carried him, and gave him some game. And he told him, he had to tell Ron Garcia, Devin Haney, that ain't the fighter who you want to fight. Let's build up your fight, because if you fight Devin Haney right now, you're going to lose. This is what Floyd is telling him. And y'all don't heard what Floyd said. He said that the top 3 fighters in the world is Canelo. He said Ron Garcia. He said Canelo, Ron Garcia, and I think Bud. If I'm not mistaken, I think those are the top 3 fighters that he said. Or it might be Ignu or something. I forgot. But he said them the top 3 fighters instead of saying Devin Haney's name. But y'all got to remember, Floyd, I ain't going to say that Floyd is jealous, but he knows Devin is dangerous. And he knows something about them Haney's, particularly speaking, Bill, that he doesn't like. Bill, and y'all got to remember, Bill and Devin, had a great sparring matchup with Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that's going to be talked about, that we can't cover up. And Floyd knows that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why Floyd feels the way how he feels, because he knows that Bill was bragging about his son beating up Floyd in sparring. And Floyd wasn't too coping with that. He's like, hell no, you know what I'm saying? So I think he don't want nothing to do with the Haneys. And of course, the Haneys, they don't disrespect Floyd at the max. So particularly speaking Bill. So Bill don't respect Floyd, and for what Floyd done. Yeah, he respects him for what he done, but for what he did, he feels like that shit is over with. We got to be able to go about what it is right now with how it is in boxing. And so yeah, Bill, he feels like nobody can beat his son Devin the Dream Haney. That's what it comes down to. That's the reason why Floyd and Leonard Ellaby and Bernard Hopkins, a lot of these guys are mad at Bill, because not only he can talk shit, but he bagging it up at the same time. His son being able to win on some of the biggest stages in boxing. BoxingTalk 100. So, man, yeah, that's what it comes down to. What I'm saying? Let's get back to Teofimo, man. Like I said, Teofimo got a fight coming up. Against Jermaine Ortiz. So, look forward to that. And like I said, we'll see what happens after he beat Jermaine Ortiz. We'll see if he stays at 140 to be able to continue to compete for a legacy with the belts, or whether he vacates. Which I feel like in BoxingTalk 100, when y'all watch this video, please come back and comment and tell me that I'm right. I feel like he's going to beat Jermaine Ortiz, and then he's going to vacate. Everybody that's on 140, he's going to leave that up to him and move at 147. He could see the thing about, Teofimo, if he moves up to 147, now it gives him a chance to be able to fight a Mario Barrios, or fight somebody like a Ugas, or, being able to, have a fresh start at 147. It ain't going to make a lot of sense, you know what I'm saying? Because when you get your at, like I said, once he beats Ortiz, it ain't going to make no sense. Me personally, yeah, Theo, he don't prove to y'all, he don't show y'all that belts and all that it doesn't mean anything to him. He's just been blessed to be in a position to be a Josh Taylor, to be able to get a belt. Got lucky. That's just my opinion about Teofimo. But with Teofimo, he don't care about no legacy and really fighting for the belts. It's all about a bag with Teofimo and the fighters who he want to be able to fight, and the fighters who he know to be able to stay away from, such as Devin Haney, or Tank or Shakir. I mean, which they too small anyways. But particularly speaking, Devin the Dream Haney is the most fighter that Teofimo is concerned and knows about. You know what I'm saying? This is a fighter that he gonna have to, every day when he go to sleep, he gonna have to wake up and think about Devin Haney. BoxingTalk 100. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm telling y'all. So, just saying, if Theo wants to stay at 140, man, we could be seeing Devin Haney he's on a quick come up, man, going through some fighters, man, to be able to make that way at, that undisputed, being unified at 140. Devin is tough, and he's on the verge. He's in a great position. And like I said, he has one of those belts out of the 4 belts at 140. So he's in a better start, than most. We can't talk about the fighters that don't have a belt. That hasn't been even given an opportunity. Yes, certain fighters at 140 has great boxing record, like Barbosa's and these other fighters. You know what I'm saying? We just seen Barbosa's call out Rolly. Rolly don't want nothing to do with no Barbosa's. Come on now. Barbosa's is a beast, but like I said, it's just given the chance and the opportunity. Who beat who first in the position to be able to get these belts and being able to fight for the franchise. You know what I'm saying with these belts. So that's what it's all about. Boxing Talk 100. But yeah, man. We got. I think we got Anthony Joshua in who was he fighting? Is it in the goo? Francis. I think we about to see Anthony Joshua face Francis for the heavyweight. Even though Francis just fought Tyson Fury. And like I've said, I felt like Francis won that fight against Fury, and he also stated what I'm saying when he fights Anthony Joshua, and if he beats Anthony Joshua, he said I heard that Anthony Joshua don't have a chin, so he's pretty confident about going in there with Anthony Joshua and possibly getting a rematch with Tyson Fury. Because Tyson Fury, like I said, a lot of people in the boxing association, the money is behind Tyson Fury. He is number one, the lineal champion of the heavyweight division, and they know that. To be able to go through Tyson Fury, you'll get your biggest check. You know what I'm saying? They know that the money is ran through Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to say boxing is scripted and is ran in a certain way for certain boxers, then so be it. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I'm not going to go against it, and I'm not going to agree upon it either, but put your mind together and think of what a boxing association is doing. But like I said, either way it goes, Tyson Fury, he is the man, number one right now. To be able to beat him, you got to beat him. You got to go through him. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the boxing association, this is their main man. You know what I'm saying? So time will tell, whether it's a rematch with Francis or, whoever Tyson Fury fights, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of options for them too. So for a lot of boxers at the heavyweight division, we can see Fury and Andy Ruiz fight now. We don't see the Boas and Big Baby have a fight. The Boas beat, Big Baby at the heavyweight division. So we know the Big Baby is he's out of there now. You know what I'm saying? He's eliminated. Now the Boas, he gets a chance to be able to fight a possible Tyson Fury. Or he can fight a Zhang from China, the Chinese, the big Chinese heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And then we got, Anthony Joshua Anthony Joshua and Francis. So, we got to see what's going to happen, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see. We'll see if Anthony gets past Francis and Anthony can finally get the fight with Tyson Fury. We'll see what happens. The heavyweight division is stacked up right now, and we don't see a lot of upsets. With Deontay Wilder, with Anthony Parker, or excuse me, Joseph. I say Anthony Joseph Parker beating Wilder. So we don't see it now. You know what I'm saying? It's time for elimination time at the heavyweight division. It's only heavyweight division is only getting better, but like I said, Tyson Fury is still number one, the lineal champion at the heavyweight division. Even though he really lost against Francis, but they still got him at number one. But that's all I can say about the heavyweight division. It's only getting better, and I say to the boxing fans, look out for the heavyweight division. Don't blink. You know what I'm saying with the fights. But yeah, man. I already spoken about Floyd in my last video. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao with the exhibition. 2024 in Tokyo. So. And y'all already know how I feel about, with that, with Floyd beating him, on the championship level. And now, switching to, exhibition. Like I said, Pacquiao been wanting his get back from all them years, man. And like I said, I ain't going to be surprised to see Pacquiao trying to sneak in some shit to be able to try to knock out Floyd Mayweather in the exhibition. I mean, that's why they fighting. If it wasn't an exhibition or any type of fight, they wouldn't be fighting, but You know, they gonna try to make it a fight, you know, and Floyd, and I know he knows that, you know, Pacquiao gonna try to give it his all and try to give it a go to be able to beat Floyd in the exhibition. Anything can happen. A knockdown can happen. Anything can happen in these exhibitions, but like I said, it's just a both bag for, you know, the two you know, Hall of Famers, you know, two of the boxing's great sons, you know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So what other way to put on a boxing display again for the boxing fans? You know what I'm saying? Even my boxing fans, Boxing Talk 100. So, you know, I look forward to it. You know, I'm not really, you know, excited about it because, like I've said before, I feel like Floyd gonna beat, you know, Manny Pacquiao again. He gonna spank him, whether it's on the championship ship level or exhibition. You know, it's gonna be entertaining for the fans once again, and yeah, what other way than two legends, you know, being able to get back in there and making it a grudge match again? You know what I'm saying? A good old exhibition grudge match. I'm all for it. You know, if the fans love it, hey, if they like it, I love it, man. If the fans like it, I love it. And you know, I'm not complaining about it. You know, it is what it is, Boston Talk 100. But yeah, I'm gonna end this off, man. I'm gonna end this off on Teofimo Lopez. I'm gonna end this off on Teofimo Lopez. Stay away from Bud Crawford, man. Because like I said, Bud ain't gonna do nothing but tear your ass up and with ease, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you can try to go to 147 and try to make history, but your history ain't gonna go that far with a loss at 147. I'll tell you that right now. That's as far as it's gonna go. You getting your ass whooped at 147 by Terrence Bud Crawford. Make it make sense. You go in and still, you know, duck and dodge, you know, a fighter like Devin Haney, which you got 20 million on the table, whatever type of money you want, Teofimo, putting your belt up against Devin Haney's belt, the WBO against WBC belt, making this a elimination bout at 140. You know, on the road to undisputed, being unified, undisputed of that you know, weight class at 140. You know, Boston Talk 100, man. And that's all I gotta say, man. Man, I hope y'all having a blessed day, man. I hope y'all having a peaceful day. You know my day. You know what I'm saying. I think we gonna. It's kind of cool out here, you know, in the state of Colorado, man. I just want to show y'all how the weather looking. It's looking like we gonna get some snow out here. It was snowing today a little bit, but they saying, you know, with Friday this weekend, we definitely gonna get, you know, some dropping snow. There's been already snowing, but not heavy. We supposed to get like, you know, a couple of inches. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you already see, you know, how it looks. The snow, you know, you can see the snow already on the ground. You know, but yeah, man, I'm just at work, man, just passing time, man, and giving my fans the video, man. And like I said, you know, if you are new, make sure you subscribe, and I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and make sure you give a thumbs up, and make sure you share a comment, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you share this video, you know what I'm saying, for all the boxing fans around the world, whether it's my boxing fans, you know, Boxing Talk 100, or you know, every other platform. I hope y'all can be able to share my stuff and be able to watch, you know, what I got to bring to, you know, this platform, you know, this boxing video. So again, I hope y'all having a great day, and like I said, thanks for watching my video, and God bless, and we will be coming up with some new videos coming here soon, man. Time gonna tell, you know what I'm saying? You know, breaking news is always, you know, something to look forward to, so I'll be able to bring y'all new videos and etc. You know what I'm saying? Talking about more boxing, you know what I'm saying? And this is 2024 now, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's only gonna get better, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what happens. But yeah, man, this your boy K Smooth. Happy New Year again. And yeah, God bless y'all, man. Thanks for watching the video. Gone.